The automotive world has always thrived on nostalgia. The roar of engines from decades past, the silhouettes of cars that defined entire generations, and the names that still make enthusiasts' hearts race have a way of coming back. But here's the thing. Comebacks aren't easy. To truly capture the spirit of a legend, an automaker needs to find that delicate balance between honoring the past and pushing into the future. That's exactly why 2026 is shaping up to be such an exciting year. Because in 2026, 3 iconic names are returning to the spotlight: the Honda Prelude, the Dodge Charger, and the Scout brand. Each represents a different era, a different audience, and a different philosophy, but together they highlight just how diverse the next generation of cars will be. Whether you're a fan of sporty Japanese coupes, American muscle, or rugged off-road SUVs, 2026 will have something to reignite your passion for cars. Let's start with the Honda Prelude, a car that once symbolized the perfect blend of style, performance, and affordability. First introduced back in the late 1970s, the Prelude went through 5 generations, cementing itself as a sporty yet practical coupe. It was the kind of car that appealed to young drivers who wanted excitement without sacrificing everyday usability. By the time the last Prelude rolled off the line in 2001, it left behind a loyal fan base that never stopped hoping it would return. Fast forward to today, and that hope is finally becoming reality. The Prelude is making a comeback in 2026, this time with a hybrid powertrain. Now, some purists might raise an eyebrow at that. After all, the original Prelude was all about lightweight, rev-happy engines. But Honda knows the market has changed, and the Prelude of tomorrow has to fit into a world of efficiency standards and electrification. Instead of rejecting that shift, Honda is embracing it. The new Prelude is expected to deliver both performance and responsibility, giving us a sporty hybrid coupe that can thrill on winding roads while sipping fuel in the city. What makes this comeback even more exciting is Honda's attention to design. The concept that previewed the car had a sleek, low-slung body, with sharp lines and a stance that screams athleticism. It looks like a coupe designed for a new generation, yet there are subtle callbacks to the older models, details that longtime fans will instantly recognize. Inside, Honda is promising a modern, tech-forward cabin, but not one that overwhelms the driver with distractions. Instead, the Prelude will keep its driver-centric ethos intact. That means simple controls, supportive seats, and just enough digital flair to remind you this is a 2026 car. But the soul of the Prelude will remain: accessible performance. Unlike exotic sports cars, this is a car that young drivers, enthusiasts on a budget, and loyal Honda fans can realistically aspire to own. And that's exactly why its comeback is so important. The automotive world needs cars like the Prelude, machines that make driving fun without pricing out the people who love them most. Now, if the Prelude's return is all about youthful excitement, the Dodge Charger's comeback is about raw power and American tradition. Few names in the muscle car world carry as much weight as the Charger. From its iconic role in 1960s muscle culture to its dominance on drag strips, the Charger has always represented unfiltered performance. The modern era kept that spirit alive, but in 2026, the Charger is set for its most dramatic reinvention yet. Dodge has confirmed that the new Charger will arrive with multiple personalities. On one hand, there will be the traditional gas-powered models, powered by Dodge's new Hurricane twin-turbo inline-6 engines. These aren't just placeholders either. The R/T version is expected to make around 420 horsepower, while the Scat Pack variant will crank things up to about 550 horsepower. Both will feature all-wheel drive as standard, giving the Charger a level of traction and performance versatility it has never had before. But Dodge isn't stopping there. For the first time ever, the Charger will also exist as a fully electric performance car. Known as the Charger Daytona, this EV version will carry on Dodge's muscle car ethos without relying on gasoline. It's a bold move and one that reflects where the industry is headed. Instead of giving up the Charger name to the past, Dodge is future-proofing it. They've even developed special sound systems to replicate the visceral roar fans expect, because for Dodge, a Charger that doesn't sound like thunder just wouldn't feel right. And yet, there's another twist in the story. Rumors are swirling that Dodge might eventually bring back a V8. Reports suggest that after initial hesitation and a mixed reaction to the idea of a Charger without a HEMI, Dodge could revive an 8-cylinder option in the near future. Whether or not that happens in 2026 is still unclear, but the possibility alone has fans buzzing. Beyond the engines, the 2026 Charger will also introduce something we haven't seen in decades: a 2-door fastback version. That's right, Dodge is giving buyers the option of both a 4-door sedan and a 2-door coupe. It's a nod to the Charger's heritage when it first stormed onto the scene in the late 1960s as a sleek 2-door muscle machine. The coupe version will bring back that classic silhouette, while the sedan will continue to serve buyers who want practicality with their power. And of course, both versions will come loaded with Dodge's trademark features: burnout mode, line lock, drift settings, and all the over-the-top muscle car theatrics that make owning a Charger so fun. With prices starting around $52,000 for the RT and climbing for higher trims, Dodge is making sure the Charger remains accessible while offering serious performance for the money. For fans of American muscle, this comeback is more than just exciting. It's a lifeline to a tradition that many feared was disappearing in the age of electrification. And then there's Scout, perhaps the most unexpected comeback of them all. For those who don't know, Scout was originally an international harvester vehicle, a rugged SUV built in the 1960s and 70s to take on the Jeep CJ and Ford Bronco. It was tough, boxy, and beloved by off-road enthusiasts, but the brand disappeared decades ago, leaving behind only nostalgia and a cult following. Now Volkswagen has decided to resurrect the Scout name, and in 2026, we'll see the first steps toward its rebirth. Scout Motors, a division created under the Volkswagen Group, is bringing back the name with a fresh vision: rugged, retro-inspired electric vehicles designed for the modern era. The first two models, the Scout Traveler SUV and the Scout Terra pickup, are set to blend classic design cues with cutting-edge technology. The styling is deliberately nostalgic, with squared-off lines, upright stances, and subtle nods to the original Scouts. But underneath, these will be state-of-the-art EVs, built on body-on-frame platforms designed for real off-road use. Think locking differentials, high ground clearance, and rugged durability, not just another crossover pretending to be tough. What makes Scout especially intriguing is their approach to range. Both the Traveler and the Terra will launch as EVs, with ranges expected around 350 miles. But for drivers who need more, or who live in areas where charging infrastructure is thin, Scout will also offer optional range extenders. These small gasoline engines won't drive the wheels directly, but will act as generators to keep the battery topped up, pushing total range beyond 500 miles. It's a smart compromise that allows Scout to stay electric while easing the transition for buyers who aren't quite ready to rely solely on chargers. The timing for Scout's comeback couldn't be better. With the Ford Bronco enjoying huge success, the Jeep Wrangler holding strong, and the Land Rover Defender carving out its niche, there's never been more demand for rugged SUVs with character. Scout slots perfectly into that world, offering a fresh but familiar option for buyers who want something different from the mainstream. Pricing is expected to start under $60,000, which is aggressive for an off-road capable EV SUV or pickup. While full production won't start until late 2027, the buzz will build through 2026, making this comeback one of the most talked about in years. And beyond just the vehicles themselves, the revival of Scout represents something bigger: the return of an American icon, backed by one of the world's largest automakers with the resources to make it succeed. So, which of these legends are you most excited for? Are you ready to see the Prelude light up city streets again? Do you believe the Charger can keep its muscle car crown in an era of electrification? Or are you itching to see the Scout conquer trails as it once did decades ago? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the future of the past, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more automotive stories, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's next. Because in 2026, history isn't just repeating, it's evolving.